scientists found something that shouldn't be physically possible. They took a group of people and kept them awake for 21 hours straight, completely running on empty. Then, they gave them one single supplement, and their brains didn't just survive. On cognitive tests, they actually performed better than when they were fully rested. It wasn't caffeine. It wasn't some underground smart drug. It was creatine, the same cheap powder lifters use to build muscle. So today, let's talk about the thing almost everyone gets wrong. Creatine was never really a muscle supplement. It's a brain compound, and the science is genuinely stunning. To understand why, you need one fact about your brain. It's an energy monster. It's about 2% of your body weight, but it burns roughly 20% of your energy, and it runs on a molecule called ATP. Think of it as your brain's rechargeable battery. Here's the problem. Sleep deprivation drains that battery faster than your brain can refill it. That's why everything feels foggy at 2 a.m. Now, here's where creatine comes in. Creatine's real job is to help regenerate ATP. It's a backup battery pack. So when researchers gave sleep-deprived brains a big dose of creatine, they handed the brain extra charge. Brain scans confirmed it. Cerebral energy rose, and cognitive performance improved by up to 12%. For a few hours, creatine refilled the tank faster than exhaustion could empty it. That's the impossible result. Not magic, just energy. And this is the part that reframes everything. We think of creatine as a muscle thing because that's how it was marketed for 30 years. But your brain is one of the hungriest tissues you have, and a meaningful share of your body's creatine is working up there, not in your biceps. That's why scientists quietly shifted their attention. The new research isn't really about bigger lifts. It's about focus, memory, mood, and mental energy. And some studies find the effect is strongest exactly when your brain is under stress, sleep loss, aging, the moments when your battery is most drained. The muscle benefit turns out to be almost a side effect of what creatine really does: keep energy-hungry cells charged. So if it's this good, why did so many people quit it? One word: hair loss. For years, the internet swore creatine makes your hair fall out. And here's the actual origin of that fear. It's almost funny. It traces back to a single, small study from 2009, just 20 college rugby players. It found a rise in DHT, a hormone linked to hair loss. But here's the thing. That study never actually looked at anyone's hair, not one follicle. It measured a hormone, which even then stayed within the normal range, and people extrapolated the rest. For over a decade, that one indirect finding scared millions off a beneficial supplement. Then, in 2025, researchers finally ran the proper test, a controlled trial that counted hair follicles with digital dermoscopy and measured the hormones directly, and they found no difference between creatine and placebo. The myth that launched 1,000 Reddit threads didn't hold up. The honest caveat: if you're strongly genetically prone to male pattern baldness, it's still worth keeping an eye on. But for most people, the fear was built on a study that never even looked at hair. Here's something most people never consider. A lot of us are walking around chronically low on creatine. Your body makes some, and you get the rest from meat and fish. So if you eat little or none, your levels tend to run lower. That hits vegetarians and vegans especially, and on average, women, who tend to have lower baseline stores than men. Emerging research links healthy creatine levels in women to better mood, cognition, and hormonal health across different life stages. And then there's aging. As we get older, creatine levels in key brain regions tend to decline, which is exactly why scientists are now studying whether topping it up could help protect memory and thinking over time. The people who might benefit most from creatine may be the ones who never set foot in a gym. Now the honest caveats. Because this isn't magic. A lot of the brain research is still early, smaller studies, short time frames, and one dose of creatine will never replace real sleep. It's a buffer, not a substitute. As for how it's used, the overwhelming majority of studies use plain creatine monohydrate, often around 3 to 5 grams a day, and the fancy, expensive forms haven't been shown to beat it. It's one of the most studied, most well-tolerated supplements there is. But if you have kidney issues or you're pregnant, that's a conversation for your doctor. And because supplements are loosely regulated, third-party testing matters. So here's the reframe to walk away with. Creatine was never really about muscle. It's about keeping your most energy-hungry organ, your brain, charged, cheap, well-studied, and quietly one of the most interesting compounds in longevity science. Not a miracle, just energy where your brain needs it most. Follow for more.